Tom lived in Oakhaven, a small, close-knit village nestled at the edge of the vast and mysterious Whispering Woods. The village was surrounded by rolling fields and ancient trees, where every sunrise painted the rooftops gold and every evening brought the gentle hush of the forest. The woods were alive with secrets, their leaves whispering ancient tales to those who would listen. The wind carried stories of old, and the rustling branches seemed to speak in a language only the heart could understand. Tom, a curious and kind boy with straw-colored hair, loved exploring the sunlit clearings and shadowy paths. He would spend hours wandering beneath the towering trees, discovering hidden nooks and watching the play of light and shadow on the forest floor. He knew every tree and every villager by name, but his heart yearned for adventure beyond the familiar fields and winding lanes. Tom often gazed into the distance, imagining what wonders might lie just out of sight. At night, stories of strange creatures and lost trails filled his dreams, painting his sleep with images of magical beasts and forgotten places. The moonlight would cast mysterious shadows on his bedroom wall, fueling his imagination even more. The elders' warnings echoed in his mind, cautioning him about the dangers that lurked in the depths of the woods. Yet, so did the call of the unknown, a gentle urging that tugged at his spirit and made him long for discovery. Life in Oakhaven was peaceful and safe, filled with familiar faces and daily routines, but Tom felt a pull toward something greater, something just beyond the horizon of his small world. The woods were both his comfort and his mystery, a place where he felt truly alive and endlessly curious. Each day brought new questions and the promise of hidden wonders. He wondered what lay beyond the familiar, what secrets the heart of the forest held, and whether he might one day uncover them for himself. And so, Tom's story began with a whisper on the wind, promising more than the world he knew, a promise of adventure, mystery, and the chance to discover who he truly was. The River Swift was Oakhaven's lifeblood, its clear waters nourishing crops and turning the mill. For generations, the river had been the heart of the village, its gentle current weaving through every story and memory. It was more than just water. It was a symbol of hope, prosperity, and the unbroken bond between the people and the land. Children's laughter once mingled with the river's cheerful song. On warm afternoons, families gathered along its banks, sharing stories and picnics, while the river sparkled in the sunlight. The river was a place of joy, where friendships blossomed and worries faded away. But one spring, the river's tune changed. Its waters grew dark, and a quiet dread settled over the village. Crops withered, fish vanished, and the once vibrant fields turned to dust. The villagers watched helplessly as their lifelines slipped away, replaced by uncertainty and fear. The mill fell silent, its great wheel stilled for the first time in living memory. The hum of industry was replaced by uneasy silence, and the village felt emptier, as if a piece of its soul had been lost. The elders spoke of a legend, a hidden spring deep in the Whispering Woods, protected by ancient magic. They whispered that the river's spirit dwelled there, and that its well-being was tied to the harmony of the land. If disturbed, the river would sicken, and life would fade. The warning echoed in every wilted flower and every silent bird, a reminder of the delicate balance that held Oakhaven together. Tom saw fear in his neighbor's eyes, a fear that grew with each passing day as hope dwindled, and sorrow in his mother's face, her gaze lingering on the dying river as if searching for answers in its troubled waters. He couldn't stand by as his home faded. The thought of losing the river and everything it meant filled him with resolve. Though the Shadow Mountain was a place of myth and fear, Tom's love for Oakhaven was stronger. He remembered the stories of heroes who braved the unknown and felt a spark of courage ignite within him. He resolved to find the river's source and heal its sorrowful song, no matter the dangers that lay ahead. The journey would be dangerous, but Tom's heart was set. He packed what little he had, determined to face whatever trials awaited him in the wild. He would face the unknown for the sake of his village, for his family, and for the river that had given them life. The adventure he'd always dreamed of was now a necessity, a quest not just for himself, but for the future of Oakhaven and the song of the river that bound them all together. At dawn, Tom set out with a small pack and a determined heart. The woods felt unfamiliar, shadows stretching long and deep. Every sound made him jump, but thoughts of his village kept him moving. Resting by a stream, Tom met a red fox with bright, curious eyes. He shared his cheese, and the fox, whom he named Finn, began to follow him. Finn seemed to know the forest's secrets, guiding Tom through tangled undergrowth and hidden trails. With Finn by his side, Tom felt less alone. The fox's silent companionship gave him courage. Tom talked to Finn about his quest, and the fox listened, understanding in his gaze. The journey was daunting, but friendship made the woods feel less menacing. Together, they pressed deeper into the unknown. Tom's adventure had truly begun. Days passed as Tom and Finn ventured deeper until the Shadow Mountain loomed before them. Its jagged peak was shrouded in mist, just as the stories said. The climb was steep and treacherous, but Finn led the way. Resting on a ledge, Tom spotted a great eagle circling above. The eagle's gaze was wise and piercing. Tom felt a connection. He spoke of his quest, and the eagle listened in silence. With a cry, the eagle soared toward a hidden cleft in the mountain, showing Tom the way. Hope surged within him. This was the sign he needed. With Finn and the eagle's guidance, the mountain's shadow felt less daunting. Tom pressed on, no longer just a village boy, but a traveler on a vital mission. The summit, and the river's secret, awaited. Following the eagle, Tom and Finn reached a dark cave, the river's source. A cold wind and the stench of decay greeted them. Tom's fear of the dark nearly stopped him, but Finn's nudge reminded him he wasn't alone. He lit a torch, pushing back the shadows. In the cavern's heart, a twisted, thorny vine pulsed with black energy, choking the spring. The vine writhed, ancient and evil, the source of the river's sickness. Tom's courage faltered. The task seemed impossible. He was just a boy, facing a darkness far greater than himself. But he remembered why he'd come. His village, his friends, his home. He took a trembling step forward, torch in hand. The darkness pressed in, but Tom pressed on. He would not turn back. The fate of Oakhaven depended on his courage. As fear threatened to overwhelm him, Finn barked defiantly at the vine. The eagle appeared at the cave entrance, a symbol of hope and strength. Surrounded by his friends, Tom realized he didn't need force. He needed courage and kindness. He poured pure water from his village well onto the vine's roots. The vine hissed and recoiled, darkness sizzling away. Light spread from the spring, the black thorns crumbling to dust. The water cleared, bubbling with new life. The river's song returned, bright and joyful. Tom's heart filled with relief and wonder. He had healed the spring, not with strength, but with hope and friendship. The darkness was gone. Oakhaven would live. The journey home was swift. The forest seemed brighter, as if every leaf and branch remembered Tom's courage and welcomed him back. The air was filled with the gentle songs of birds, and shafts of sunlight danced on the mossy ground, guiding his steps. The river, once dull and troubled, now sparkled once more, its waters clear and alive, reflecting the hope Tom carried in his heart. At the wood's edge, the eagle soared away, circling high above as if offering a final blessing before disappearing into the blue sky. Finn, his loyal companion, returned to the wild, melting into the shadows of the trees. Tom thanked his friends for their bravery and wisdom, then walked the last mile alone, feeling the weight of his journey and the lessons he had learned. The village greeted him with joy. Fields green, the mill turning, laughter restored. The air buzzed with excitement as neighbors gathered, eager to see Tom's return. Tom's parents embraced him, pride and relief in their eyes. He told his story, his voice steady but humble, not as a tale of heroism, but as a journey of growth and discovery, and above all, of friendship and courage that had carried him through the darkest moments. He spoke of Finn and the eagle, of the lessons learned from the wild and the bonds formed along the way, and the power of kindness, which had changed not only his fate, but the fate of his home. Tom saw his home anew, every familiar face and place now shining with deeper meaning, understanding the deep connection between all things, and how every action, no matter how small, ripples outward. He had faced his fears, stood tall in the face of uncertainty, and learned that true courage is pressing on despite them, finding strength in hope and love. Even the smallest act of goodness can change the world, inspiring others to do the same. Tom had left Oakhaven as a boy, uncertain and searching, but returned with the heart of a hero, forever changed by the journey and the love he found along the way.